This topic I just had to bring up as it's the second time I've seen something about it in as many weeks, and it's almost the exact same thing that I've seen. It sort of appeared in front of me. One involves the private sector, and the other not so much. So this week in London Square Mile, some financial institutions have been incentivizing the use of stiletto heels in the workplace. Uh, Nothing wrong with that, I hear you say. Some might even think it a little sexist. On as the stiletto, it changes the shape of the leg to make them look longer, especially if wearing a shorter dress or skirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should make a few heads turn, right? Except the incentive was offered to stiletto wearers size 9, or in other words, men, along with wearing makeup to work. Um, to those blokes who have, should we say, an accentuated feminine side to their personality. Now, to be honest, I don't have an argument against this,
No, no.
even though, even though seeing a grown, made-up man in a short skirt and stilettos and jump swinging from side to side as he approaches is not, in my opinion, um,
Well,
is not making a statement that they think they are trying to make.
well, yeah, okay.
But at the end of the day, it is a private company and they will do what they want to do.
Mm.
Pay for the decisions, be it positively or negatively. It's their decision.
Yes, exactly.
Now, when it comes to the military, on the other hand, there needs to be a line drawn. Now, you posted in one of the groups that we
Yeah,
frequent
yeah,
exactly about this, and I had it reserved on my
yeah,
computer, ready for this podcast.
yeah,
And I wasn't since you posted it into the group. I thought to myself, well, I'll look for something else. But it as this second time that I saw this
mm.
in the private sector came up, I had to mention it.
Yeah,
Right. So, um, whilst the bombing in Iran was taking place and attacks were being made against British bases in Cyprus, when to muster a ship to go to a war zone took a week, and they still aren't there yet. I don't think it was the best time for some of the top brass in British Army to determine if male soldiers should be allowed to wear no combatant makeup
yeah.
and cross dress. Basically, be cross dressed.
Yeah.
I mean, really, really,
Well, I don't know. Yeah,
what is the British military trying to do? Troop numbers are down to drastically low levels without the additional criteria of cross-dressing, transvestites being brought into the fray.
mm.
The world is already laughing at the Prime Minister, the Royal Navy, and now will be laughing at the Army. It has to be better than that. This it has to be better than this. Just to know, they tried this on in the US, soon snuffed out by Peter Hegseth. He was left in charge of the armed services.
Yeah,
He all this shenanigans about being trans and wearing women's clothes and things like that. He
yeah.
put a rather abrupt stop to it.
Mm.
Consequently, in the US, consequently, recruitment in the US military is now well above their quota average.
Mm.
So perhaps Mr. Healy, the Secretary of Defence in the UK, he's got something to learn by that.
You suggest you make a suggestion that our present government administration actually learns from anything. Um,
Well, it's a difference between having a GI Joe and a GI Jane.
well, okay. It's like you say, yeah. Private sector. Um, yeah. I mean, I was a site manager. I didn't care how people arrived at work, providing they wore appropriate attire for the job, be it safety wear, PPE, or appropriate for whatever their task or role is. To be quite honest, yeah, really wasn't that interested. It's like I say, anyone can wear what they want in their own time. You wear what's appropriate for your task or your job. And okay, maybe in an office, maybe where people can wear whatever they want if the bosses agree, and it doesn't cause any disruption to the people around them. Yeah. If you go into an office dressed as Lady Gaga from house, I think that might be a little bit of a problem. Yeah. If you wear maybe something that's a little bit, yes, subtle, maybe okay, fair enough. I'd also say now the military is a different thing. It should be regimented. The idea of the military is everybody wears everything to look the same. In the military, there's even very, very strict rules on what female members of the military can wear and how they wear their hair and everything else. Yeah. There's a good reason for that. They're not allowed to have the Scouse brows either, because there was a TV series a while ago, perfectly good actress, but she'd had basically tattooed Scouse brows on her face, and I believe they're not allowed in the military. I can't give you reasons why. I didn't go into that deeply. She just said it on an interview. Yeah, somebody criticised her. She said, "Well, there, I'm an actress. I play my part." Yeah, and that was it. She did a good job. But yeah, I mean, yeah, there was a bit of a contrast some years ago. There's the Russian recruitment video of people in gymnasiums and running around guns, and the idea, if you like, Rambo, if you want to go there. Although the last thing the military want are a load of Rambos running around. Any military want, yeah, okay, there's a special thing, but yeah, be part of this, yeah. And then you've got the American and the British sort of, yeah, we're allowing, yeah, we're dropping the criteria to allow all sorts of people in. I mean, there's no suggestion that maybe people of a different orientation can't make good servicemen. Yeah. But there has to be a criteria of being able to serve alongside your fellow men. In the military, you might be in a foxhole with somebody and you've got to trust each other. And the idea of the military is you've got to all think the same. Yeah. That is the whole idea of discipline, shaving your hair, having regulations how your hair is. Yeah. They if you like, they take away all your personal identity, certainly the basic 6 weeks basic training. Yeah. There are certain circumstances, people in special forces and all that, they're allowed a little bit of things that they've earned that privilege to be there. Yeah. But normally, yeah, if your hair gets a bit long in the military, the CO or whoever it is will come and tap you on the shoulder. Hairdresser's over there. Effing get there now. Yeah. Or else, yeah, I'll be doing it for you. Yeah. And yeah, this is all understood. And this is something you go into the military knowing. Yes, it's all about discipline. It's all about looking the same. It's all about understanding. And yeah, with the women, they have slightly different problems to men. They have, but women have monthly cycles and things like this again, which, yeah, okay, I'm not suggesting all part of it. They are encouraged to wear basic makeup. They don't totally dehumanize them. But certainly when they're in the field of combat, as one person I saw said, being in the military service, the only makeup I want is the brown and green one. That saves my life. Yeah. If we do, God forbid,
with a bit of glitter, just here.
Yeah. Well, the idea is that it doesn't reflect anything. There'll be Kudensky. He's up there ready with his sniper, and suddenly a bit of glitter catches. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, yeah. Not even waiting for the third person with the match. He's got it there straight away. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's there are rules made. There's big rules made in the military. It's a job. Maybe if you want to wear makeup, maybe it's not quite the correct environment for you. I've even had arguments where maybe we can make up a regiment of transsexual people. Yeah, I've heard this. I've heard this said. I don't know if official. Yeah, I know you do that. I've heard it, and maybe a ship of transsexuals as well. But I don't know how that would work. I don't know if it's a rudder or not, so to speak. Yeah. Um, and how it would probably solve a few problems in the barrack room, for
Well,
example.
it's one way of getting the British Navy getting rid of one of their old ships. If you fill it full of trans people to and send them into battle, that's going to be one ship that's going to be sank straight away.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, they could be perfectly comparable seamen. Um, I'm saying, I'm not going total DEI on you, but I'm in a time of war when we're trying to encourage recruitment, it could be a solution to the recruitment if people have a certain way of going on with their lives but still want to serve their country. Maybe we that could be one way of accommodating it. Yeah. Um. Uh. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
cabaret, every
Well. I mean, certainly, maybe another use the expression "being the barrel boy," but yeah, it's it's um, yeah, yeah. I always remember the old toast from the Navy. They stopped it a few years ago to wives and mistresses, and may when they never meet. Yeah, but yeah, that could be a bit awkward. Um, but I, I'm, I must admit, I saw this and I thought, how far do we have to go before we accommodate every part of society to do things? If you want to serve, you accept that you. Um, I don't know how you measure how somebody's heterosexual. When I was actually going to join the military,
not think look that I've not no
yeah,
qualms about. You probably wouldn't know if you had an American football team. You
mm,
wouldn't know if one of them was gay. You
yeah,
wouldn't know.
well, it's
I'm
just
not talking about being gay.
yeah,
That's something
yeah,
totally different.
yeah,
I'm talking about cross dressing and
yeah. It's just not.
being flamboyant and
It's just not as I said. If you need people that think the same are there to do a job, to fix bayonets and run at someone in a very direct, um, yeah, masculine, aggressive, toxic masculine way.
take the masculine out. Just say aggressive.
Yeah, in a very good. I mean, there's no reason that possibly the people can't. I'm trying to be balanced here. Um, I'm trying to find a way that maybe if people want to serve, they can serve, but it might not necessarily be with other people where they could actually end up being, to all intents and purposes, pilloried. Yeah. Um, it doesn't matter what regulations you meant. Soldiers are meant there to fight. End of story. Um, you don't join the military to not be prepared to go to war. When I was going to join years ago, or I was going to start basic training, and I was 25 at the time, 24, 25, so I was a bit old really. It was made perfectly clear to me that it doesn't matter if you're going in as an engineer or someone else, you join the military for one purpose. Even medics are taught how to fire a gun in the situations. Yeah. Um, in other words, take a life if required. Be prepared to do that. Doesn't matter what you are.
Well, what people do in their own like you in your professional life, what
Mm,
people do in their own private life is
yeah.
up to them. But what this thing in this research or this questionnaire, I suppose,
Mm,
was set up in the military is allowing these people
yeah.
uh, uh mix business with pleasure.
Well, no, that's an unfly because, as I said, you dress appropriately
That's right.
for
That's
your
right.
task.
That's
And
right.
when you're a soldier, your task is to
Be
do
a
what's
soldier.
required. Be a soldiering. Go soldiering.